Right, here we go. It's time for Big Cook, Little Cook, the show that is set in a kitchen with two chefs, Big Cook Ben and Little Cook Small. They were played by Steve Marsh and Dan Wright. The show lasted for 4 seasons and 100 episodes from 2004 to 2006. The show had an epic theme tune. So let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First we have Princess and the Pea. So Small is cleaning up as he then spots the viewer. He says it is the best cafe in the world. We then see Ben as he has just come off a phone call from someone. He says he has a problem. He explains his mom and dad are coming, but they are bringing everyone else with them and Ben doesn't have enough beds for everyone. Small says he can't help as someone then rings in. Small then says it is cooking time as he gets on his magic spoon and flies off. We find out the customer is a princess as Ben is shocked that a princess would arrive at his cafe. Small then heads to his book as he says he knows her, lucky him. We then read a story about the princess and the pea. It goes on for a little bit as we find out how the princess sleeps. The story ends as Ben says it was a great idea to help the princess. Small then says it is time to feed her as Ben is shocked. They then come up with an idea to look through the cooking book as we find out we are cooking princess pie. Small then reads out the items as Ben heads to get them. We then find out we don't have any peas as Small heads off to go find some. We go flying through the world as we then arrive on a farm or something as we look at all the peas and how the machine is taking all the peas away. We see the massive amount of peas as Small follows them. We watch all the peas go through the factory as it's just peas and more peas. Small takes his peas back to the cafe as Ben is on the phone to his family, saying more people are coming. But it's time to cook now as Small magics up the peas. Small explains what he saw as a song then starts as they sing about cooking. They make sure they are washed and ready as Ben explains he has already gotten started. We go over the ingredients as Ben then teaches us how to cook. This part goes on for quite a bit as there is a lot to do. Small tries to be funny as he gets splattered. We continue to cook as Small sets the timer. We clean up as we get another song. The food is ready as we get it out the oven. We serve it up to the princess as the phone goes off once again. Ben answers as he explains they are bringing the dog as well. All of a sudden the princess has finished the food as she has left something. They read the note as the princess gives Ben all the mattress for the family to sleep on. Small makes a joke as the episode ends. Next we have Racing Driver. So Small welcomes us once more as he announces we are having a shoelace race. Ben can't decide which shoelaces to use as Small tells him to use the red ones. Ben puts on the shoes as Small then tells us what is going to happen. Small asks us to shout ready steady go as Ben dashes to do up his shoelaces, but Ben cheats and goes ahead of time as Small is annoyed. Small then tries to think of something better to start the race with as someone then chimes in. Small heads to see who it is. They find out it is a racing driver. Ben says he will know how to start a race as Small heads to his book to see what story the racing driver will want. Small tells us the story about the racing driver as one of the drivers was not fast enough to keep up with everyone, so he asked Small for his help. The tires don't work as Small tries to fix that as well, but he creates them too big, so they fly off as they win the race. The story is over as Ben then questions what they're going to feed him. They start to think as they then look in the book once more. We find out we are cooking some hot dogs. Ben collects the ingredients as Small reads them out once more. Ben shows off his sausages as Small says they are interesting. Small then asks how they are made, so he goes off to find out. We follow him to a sausage factory as we watch how the sausages are made. We see everything get added as it's all mixed up. We then see some kids eating some hot dogs as Small then heads home. He questions where Ben is as he is practicing doing his shoelaces up. Small says no time for that as they get to cooking. They sing once more as they cook. We get a recap of all the ingredients as Ben then gets to cooking. Ben tells us to get an adult's help as Small is having fun. We make the sausage as Small gives out the instructions. Ben explains there is no driver as they then grab their card and draw a driver. We color him in as we then cut him out. We stick him to a lolly as we put him in the car. Small reminds Ben of the ketchup as they then serve it up to him. We clean up once more as the driver gives us a note. We read it as he explains about the checkered flag. Ben gets ready to do his shoelaces once more as Small waves the flag. Ben does them really fast as he then trips over. The episode then ends. Finally we have Pied Piper, so for some reason everyone is lying down as Small welcomes us once more. All of a sudden we hear a mouse as Ben says there is a mouse in the kitchen. We then spot him as they try to grab him. It is too late as he appears somewhere else. Small then explains it is a rat, not a mouse. Ben is shocked as he tries to get him into the garden. He sneaks up to it as it is then scared off. Small then says they will try again later as he then sees who has arrived at the cafe today. Small tells us it is the Pied Piper as Ben is surprised. Small heads to read his book. We then get the story about the Pied Piper as it explains how he cleared a whole city of rats. The kids are then kidnapped by the Pied Piper as they had forgotten to bake him a cake. Small helps them bake a cake. The Pied Piper then comes back with the kids and everyone is happy again. The story is over as Small says he shouldn't been given cake as they try to figure out what to serve him. They check the cooking book for something as it suggests some potato rat things. Small reads out the ingredients as usual as Ben finds them. Ben tells Small to go get some celery as he heads off. We arrive at a celery plant as we find out all about celery as it is shown how they are picked and washed. Small takes the celery back to the cafe as Ben is ready to cook. He magics up the celery as they begin to sing once more. We make sure we are clean as we get a reminder of the ingredients. We turn on the oven as we then start to cook away. Ben asks Small to prick the potatoes to make sure they don't burst. Ben then brushes them with oil as Small makes a face. All of a sudden there is a squeak as Ben has forgotten about the rat. They are told by the Pied Piper to get a move on as Ben throws the potatoes in the oven. We continue to make the food as the rat then returns. They try to catch the rat as it doesn't go to plan. Ben says to leave the back door open as the potatoes have been cooked. So we continue as all of a sudden the rat is after the cheese. We keep the cheese as it gets put in. They go back into the oven as they are then dressed up as rats. They include the pipe as it is then served up. They break out into song as they clean up once more. The Pied Piper gives us a note as he finishes his food. He gives them his magic pipe as it helps get the rat out the kitchen. They celebrate getting the rat out as the episode concludes. There was a reboot in 2022, but it wasn't as good as the original so was quickly forgotten about. Overall, Big Cook Little Cook was a British classic. It taught us how to cook and told us great stories throughout the show. It also was very interesting as they showed us how things were made and the chemistry between them was very good and funny. Overall, it was an amazing show. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.